Hello everyone, in this video we are going to talk about how we are going to push our code to GitHub. Let me explain this to you in a very simple way. So right now we have our code here. If you look at this, right, what we are doing is we have a folder here that says PharmaSift part 1. Our HTML goes into it and our CSS file is empty. Now if you want to connect this folder to GitHub, how can you do that? Let's come here and click on repository. Now I am in my organization, that is why I am coming into it. Otherwise you can directly click on this, your profile, you will land on this page where you will find everything here. You can create a new repository like this, creating with this way. Okay, base implementation for PharmaSift part 1 implementation will go into it. Okay, or we can say or PharmaSift part 1 goes into it. We have to make it public. You can also put a readme file, but for now let's keep it this way. We don't want anything here, we don't want any git ignore license at all. We simply create the repository. Now our common sense says that this repository is on GitHub, this code is here, both are not connected. We need to connect them first, right? We need to make sure both of them are connected. So how do we fix this? Is that there is something called HTTPS and there is something called SSH. Okay, I want to use SSH because my system is configured that way. I want to use SSH because my configuration is for SSH only, but you can use HTTPS as well. Now going to copy this link. Okay, come into this folder by integrated terminal and do git init. The moment I will do git init, what it will do is it will initialize an empty git repository into our local machine, local folder. See, it says initialized and empty git repository. That's all, and both of the things are showing in green. Green means a new file is being created. Okay, if you look at this in Install, it says M means modified, right? Modified. It has already been pushed and it has been modified as well, but this code has not been pushed yet. It has only been created. In folder it initialized. Anyways, now let's do one thing. We will now to connect these two things, GitHub and this folder, we will do git add remote origin. So git add means it is adding a remote means a URL it is adding into your GitHub repository, into your local repository. Means it is adding remote means it is adding a URL and it is adding where into your local repository, and then you simply do origin. Origin is the name. Origin is like a nomenclature, right, that we follow. You can put ABCD, but origin is better. Origin sounds better for us, right? Origin means where the code is being generated, where the code is being pushed, like a GitHub. Okay, anyways, we will put this link, we'll paste this link and our GitHub. Okay, it says GitHub did not match any file, git remote add origin. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. It has to be git remote add origin. It is adding an origin. I get confused sometimes, so you always can look into it. That's no problem. Okay, see, it got added now. Basically our GitHub is being added. Now if you do git remote -v, you will know that it is origin. Okay, it says origin is this URL. It is fetch means it is getting the data, and push means it is pushing the data. So both URL are same, meaning on both the places it will be fetching and pushing the data. Now we start with the simple process. We do git add dot, or if you have this git extension which tells you what to do and all, so you can come here, right? You see these changes, right? It says the whole file is being changed, right, like this, and this CSS file is also being untracked. So you can always click on these. If you want to make some changes into one or two files, if you want to push one or two files, not all of them, you can do that. You did that, then you git commit created base folders. You committed. So basically now we know that at this level we only created base folders. It says 2 file change, create mode. These 2 files got created into create mode, and then we push them. Push origin master. Master is our branch name here. Okay, you can always look into it. One more thing. At this moment when I have not pushed anything, nothing shows up here. Okay, nothing we can see. But when we push the code, we will be able to see that code as well. The code got pushed here. Fine. So this is how it is looking right now, and it is purely into HTML. It also has CSS, but CSS is not written, so it is saying only HTML. And you all can take a look at this like this. Now you will be adding more things into it, but that is the simplest version. See you in next video.